Hey guys, the journey to uncover Oak Island's long-buried secrets has always been filled with twists, but Season 12, Episode 6, Hide and Seek, delivered one of the most unexpected turns in the show's history. This episode was filled with hope, discovery, and ultimately, deflation. What started as a promising hunt for treasure ended with the team confronting a hard truth. Years of theories may have led them astray. While fans of the show have grown accustomed to the roller coaster of emotions that comes with each episode, Hide and Seek is an emotional high point or perhaps a low point, depending on how you look at it. Here's a closer look at the key moments and game-changing revelations that had both the team and viewers questioning everything. Before the big reveal that would overshadow the episode, the Oak Island team made several small but curious discoveries on Lot 5. They continued to scrape away at a stone foundation, unearthing a variety of artifacts. Unlike past finds, these items were deemed so significant that the team didn't even stop to identify them. This mysterious approach left viewers wondering if the objects were clues or just the usual collection of random debris. At Smith's Cove, digging for the elusive flood tunnels resumed in an area that had previously been ruled out. Despite the earlier dismissal, this renewed effort bore some fruit. Among the notable finds were a metal thing and a spike, both significant enough to warrant on-screen attention but, again, not given immediate identification. The team's use of metal detection along the shore led to one of the episode's more tangible finds, a large iron object. After excavating it with shovels and a drainage pump, the crew revealed it to be a cast iron stove dating back to the 1700s or 1800s. What made this discovery more intriguing was the starburst design on the stove, a design identical to a button found during a previous season. This uncanny resemblance prompted speculation that the stove and button may share a historical connection. Was this a sign of human activity tied to the fabled Oak Island mystery or just another coincidence in a story filled with them? Up until this point, the episode had been business as usual for the Oak Island crew, digging, detecting, and theorizing. But things took a dramatic turn with the drilling of a new borehole. This particular borehole was positioned based on ground-penetrating radar, GPR, data from the previous week. The radar had indicated an anomaly in the ground, which the team hoped would be a chamber or void containing treasure. As the drill descended, the crew eagerly anticipated signs of a significant find. What came up, however, was nothing but mud sausage, a slurry of sediment and earth. There were no artifacts, no precious metals, and no sign of any hidden chamber. This was a major blow to the team's morale as it essentially nullified the previous week's radar-based optimism. When the mud-filled borehole produced nothing of interest, it was time for an emergency meeting in the war room. The team brought in Dr. Ian Spooner, the resident environmental scientist whose water sampling and analysis had guided many of their recent efforts. His findings turned the episode and the entire Oak Island narrative on its head. Spooner's water analysis revealed the bombshell. There were no metals in two of the most hyped underground features, the so-called golden egg and baby blob. These terms referred to underground anomalies previously detected by scanning and sampling, which had been heralded as possible treasure vaults or storage chambers for months, if not years. These features were the team's guiding lights, signs of something valuable lurking underground. But Spooner's analysis was clear: there were no detectable metals in these features at all. This discovery struck at the heart of the team's belief system. For years, their efforts had been centered around the idea that these underground anomalies held treasure, possibly gold or silver, based on previous water sampling results that showed elevated metal content. Now, with this new data, those theories crumbled. The crew was visibly stunned. Ian Spooner himself was dismayed, rubbing his face repeatedly in a gesture of frustration and disbelief. The implications were profound. Everything they had believed about the golden egg and baby blob was wrong. This wasn't just a minor misstep, it was a seismic shift in strategy and perspective. To make matters worse, the new analysis suggested that any significant concentrations of metal were in a completely different area of the island, the same area where Robert Dunfield's infamous excavation had already ruled out treasure. Dunfield, known for his large-scale digging operations in the 1960s, had declared this region of the island barren of anything significant. Yet the water data was now pointing them back to that exact spot. The revelations in Hide and Seek leave the team with difficult questions. If there are no metals in the golden egg or baby blob, then what exactly had they been chasing for the past few seasons? The focus on water sampling had given them a sense of direction and purpose, but this episode pulled the rug out from under them. It also raised questions about the reliability of ground-penetrating radar and other scanning technologies. If the GPR misidentified the mud-filled borehole as something significant, how many other times had they been misled by similar technology? And if Dunfield was right about the treasure-free area on Oak Island, does that mean the team is running out of places to search? Despite the crushing setback, the Oak Island team isn't ready to give up. If there's one thing that defines this show, it's persistence. The team remains determined to follow the science, no matter how disheartening it may be. The decision to refocus on areas previously explored by Dunfield is not without precedent. After all, modern technology and refined methods have yielded new insights before. The teaser for the next episode hints at more digging, more metal detection, and possibly another stove discovery. While that might sound like more of the same, fans of the show know that anything could happen. The team's belief in the treasure has never been rooted in certainty, it's been sustained by the promise of the unknown. Hide and Seek is one of the most pivotal episodes in the history of The Curse of Oak Island. It marks a moment of reckoning as the team confronts the possibility that key aspects of their treasure hunt were based on flawed data. The emotional weight of this realization is palpable, and Ian Spooner's visible frustration is a reminder of how much heart, soul, and science goes into the Oak Island search. But this setback could also mark a turning point. For every door that closes, another might open. The renewed focus on areas previously explored by Dunfield could yield results. The episode serves as a reminder of the show's larger narrative. Oak Island is a mystery not easily solved. Sometimes, it hides its secrets just a little too well. So while Hide and Seek might have left fans with more questions than answers, it also sets the stage for potential breakthroughs. The truth, as they say, is still out there, and so are the Lagina brothers, shovels in hand, ready to dig it up. Stay tuned for next week, when the team might just unearth another stove, a nail, or, with any luck, something far more extraordinary. One of the defining features of The Curse of Oak Island is the unyielding optimism of the team, even in the face of crushing disappointments. While this episode delivered some of the harshest truths they've encountered, it also underscored the resilience of the Lagina brothers and their crew. Rather than throwing in the towel, they immediately pivoted, questioning old assumptions and re-evaluating their strategies. It's this ability to adapt, even when the evidence seems to undermine years of work, that has kept the treasure hunt alive for more than a decade. The willingness to return to areas previously dismissed, such as the excavation zones explored by Robert Dunfield, speaks to their enduring commitment to leave no stone unturned. Modern tools and technologies, including advanced GPR and metal detection, offer hope that they might succeed where earlier efforts failed. While viewers may feel frustration at the setbacks, the team's determination reminds us why the Oak Island mystery continues to captivate millions. It's as much about the journey as it is the destination. This episode also highlighted the tension between scientific evidence and the enduring lure of Oak Island's legendary status. For centuries, tales of buried treasure have persisted, fueled by discoveries like the Money Pit and strange artifacts unearthed over the years. However, science has often clashed with these romanticized ideas. The revelation that there are no significant metals in the Golden Egg or Baby Blob challenges the narrative of hidden gold, forcing the team and viewers to consider the possibility that Oak Island's secrets may be less about riches and more about history. Yet the show has always thrived on the delicate balance between science and legend. Episodes like Hide and Seek serve as a reminder of how difficult it can be to reconcile the two. While scientific methods may sometimes dash hopes, they also offer the best path forward. With new data pointing toward previously discounted areas, there's still a chance that the treasure, or at least new clues about Oak Island's mysterious past, might be uncovered. For longtime fans, this episode is a test of endurance, mirroring the physical and emotional toll on the team. As the years drag on, the treasure hunt increasingly feels like a Sisyphean task, with every promising lead dissolving into another dead end. Still, each episode breathes new life into the search. Even when the results are less than satisfying, the process of discovery, the camaraderie of the team, and the unfolding history of the island remain the heart of the show. Hide and Seek reminds us that failure is an inherent part of exploration. The setbacks aren't just obstacles, they're part of what makes the Oak Island story so compelling. Every misstep or miscalculation forces the team to regroup and try again, echoing the perseverance of treasure hunters throughout history. For viewers, the disappointment of an empty borehole or a false lead is tempered by the knowledge that the hunt is far from over. Ultimately, The Curse of Oak Island isn't just about finding treasure, it's about the pursuit of something greater, the drive to uncover the unknown and solve one of history's most enduring mysteries. Episodes like Hide and Seek reflect the reality of that pursuit, moments of elation tempered by harsh truths and the realization that success may lie just out of reach. For fans, this ebb and flow is what keeps the show exciting. Even when an episode ends with more questions than answers, the promise of discovery is enough to keep viewers coming back. The Lahaina brothers and their team embody the spirit of adventure in the hope that, against all odds, Oak Island will eventually give up its secrets. Hide and Seek may not have delivered the breakthrough everyone hoped for, but it laid the groundwork for the next chapter in this captivating journey and perhaps the next big find.